Alrighty. Suge Whyte here. Yeah, that's right, I said it, Suge Whyte. Some of you may know me by a few different names, but on this is Suge Whyte Presents Real Talk, Professional Wrestling. Some of you might not know, I was an active wrestler for 20 years. Due to concussions, I've had to step outside the ring and no longer be a participant inside the ring, which has been very, very tough. I'm still involved with West Coast Wrestling Connection as one of the trainers with Eric Baden and also Eric Wright. I also am still involved as a manager, which is interesting. But I always wanted to do this. I'm not calling it a podcast. I don't think that's what it is, since it's Facebook. I like this idea better. That way I could force it upon you, or at least you can see my face. So we're going to touch on a lot of different things here on this little show. I'm not here to just trash, folks. I'm here to make, I'm a very vocal person. If I don't like something, you will hear. If you know me, you'll hear about it, the good, the bad, the ugly. But this is just a trailer. I will be releasing one tomorrow. And just want your guys' feedback. I want this to be an interaction thing, because a lot of times, we'll be touching upon stuff like, for instance, what I'm doing right now. That's the new promo, I guess. At first, I hated it. I thought it was ridiculous. But then, as I started watching certain people, I realized that it's a valuable tool. Like I just got done watching Jason Sullivan. Now, that's an entertaining motherfucker. Jay, you're an entertaining motherfucker. But he's been doing it a very long time. He knows what he's doing, and he doesn't need anybody's direction. Okay, there's going to be people out there that are doing it. They're going to need people's direction, and that's where it comes into play. So that's the good, the bad. I'm going to be floating around to shows and doing reviews on shows, so don't panic if you see me. I'm not there just to bury you. I know a lot of you guys know why you'd panic, but that's not what this is. This is the state of professional wrestling. State of professional wrestling the way it is right now. So I think we got a lot of great talent coming through the door. But another thing we're going to touch upon is being involved in the training. I see this sense of entitlement right as soon as the door opens. They walk through, and it's a sense of entitlement, wanting to go from greenhorn to vet and no steps, and that can't happen, folks. You're doing a disservice to the wrestling business if you train that way. Also, you will be slowly but surely smoked out. They'll find you out. That's one of the things I love about the Northwest is they're the first people that have no problem calling people out on your shit. So we'll be talking about the terrible twos at one point, where 2 years in the business, you just know it all. In training right now, I've had people who, when I'm explaining something, decide they're just going to talk right over me. It's amazing. I mean, shit, go ahead, man. I mean, what do I know? You're only paying me to teach you how to do this. So it's just, I understand being overzealous and eager to do something, but there's also there's also stupidity involved. And this is a dangerous sport, and yes, it is a sport. So you have to be an athlete to do it. You've got someone else's life in your hands. I guess this is a way for me to stay active with wrestling, as with all the other stuff that I'm doing. Gives me a chance to talk and be opinionated and know that I think that right now the state of professional wrestling is at its scariest. We got a lot of talent coming through, but a lot of people are chasing their own tail, so to speak. So I like a lot. I'm thinking about going live. Like you said, I'll never do one more take of these. I will never do these 2 takes. So I might as well go live, and plus it's a great way for you guys to interact, and that's a cool thing. At first, like I said, I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's like, would I push this button and tell people where I'm going to get at the grocery store? Yeah, I'm going to get hot dogs. I'm going to get potato chip. Who the fuck cares? I don't care. I don't want to know what I don't want to know what you're getting at the store. But it can be some of the stuff I've seen. It's pretty neat, and just another way for social media to keep us preoccupied, right? We all got to be little drones, Can't think too loudly. But another thing we'll be talking about on here is anywhere from like being a little bit thicker skinned, folks. Okay? A lot of times I'll say something or I'll say a statement and someone will get pissed, and I wasn't even talking about them. So if that happens, that's on you. That's your insecurities. All right? We need to get tougher, guys. All right? Criticism, there's nothing wrong with criticism. If I don't know what's wrong, how am I going to fix it? You know, I tell my students, if you're a student of mine, you're going to hear this all the time. You know, it seems like we're always talking about negativity because we're talking about what you're doing wrong so we can, you know, fix it. You know, a lot of times we'll talk about what you're doing right, but a lot of it's like, hey, I really like your drop kick. You know, neat. Okay, but we're talking, you know, so it seems like a lot of negativity, but it's not. This is not going to be a full-blown blast negativity. I'm not going to get into having a vendetta against somebody and just go ahead and try to ruin their career or ruin what they're doing. That's not what I'm here to do. I love professional wrestling. If you ever spend any time with me, you'll know that. It'll get me involved more in like what's going on in the independent, since I've never, and even when I was active, even sought out independent anything. I don't know why. Just didn't have the time to get on the internet just to try to look up somebody. You know, I guess every now and then someone would say, "Hey, have you heard about this kid from the East Coast?" No, you know, and then I'll go take a look, and you know, but other than that, I just don't know, and so I'd really like to change that. Especially seeing so many new people on Facebook here, you know, I apologize if I've never seen anything that you've done. I just don't expect you to see anything I've done. It's just funny. I don't watch what I do. I couldn't stand it. So, I mean, matter of fact, here right now I have the best of WrestleManias. I have the Rise and Fall of AWA, and I believe I got that Von Erich gimmick thing, you know, where they, the tragedy of Von Erich's or whatever. But, yeah, so, I mean, I don't watch my stuff. Modern day stuff is starting to piss me off. We'll talk about that too. You know, whatever you guys feel a good topic would be, throw it out there. You know, feed me. I'm going to warn you, a lot of times I can get off subject real quickly. I'm like that substitute teacher where you try to get me off track so you don't have any homework. I'm easily done that way. Yeah, just need to be a little more involved. I feel like my brain's starting to heal, and it's been a year, but it took a long time for me to even look. Even though I was doing the wrestling, the management stuff, and being on air personality, it was still hard for me to look. And now I feel like I'm excited to just this chapter, because I got to do something, because I'm not gonna let this business out of my blood. So, you know, exciting things. I mean, I found out my cousin, you know, in Memphis, Chris, you know, he wrestles, and I always heard about it, but I always thought that, you know, I always heard it from an aunt, you know, and I was like, oh, he probably does as amateur, you know, because I don't know what he does. All right, yeah, you know, he wrestles. Give me that shit. What do you mean wrestles? You know, it's like Kimbo, where he just shows up somewhere and wrestles some kid out on the street. You know, what are you talking about? Is he an AAU Dan Gable? You know, what is he? So I never got any answers until finally on Facebook. I think he's the one that messaged me and said, I think we're related. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. And so from there on out, it's been fantastic to know that two sides of the Scott boys are exactly similar without even saying a word. It's amazing. So that's the thing about blood, man. You know, we'll be a lot of topics are going to come up: the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I need you guys' help. So you're just as much a part of this as I am. Like I said, tomorrow should be the drop. I'm not going to give it time. I don't not like that. I'm not going to say, hey, every night at 7 o'clock. No, I'm not going to be like that. My life is busy, and so is yours. So I'm sure you can catch it and find it. I don't know, you know. Like I said, I'm not here to directly blast. I'm here to help. But if I don't like something, you're definitely going to hear it. I'm not going to hold back. But I'll be doing just as much praising. We'll be talking about the up-and-coming people. We'll be talking about the people that are on the back half of their sliding scale of their career. You know, so, you know, if that's something you're going through, by all means get a hold of me, because I'll tell you what, I just went through it. I'm just going through it now still. It takes a while to recover from being just doing something you were born to do, that you knew you were born to do, and realize that when you get into this business, you only have a short period of time. You're not going to be doing this at 60 years old, you know, wanting to retire at 65, unless you're Flair. But that's just, it's not going to happen. So knowing that ahead of time, I knew that you had to get it in fast. So that's me, Suge Whyte. That's right, I said it, Suge Whyte. And this is Real Talk Professional Wrestling. So give me some feedback tonight, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do for tomorrow's, if I'm going to go live or if I'm going to just do one of these. And the best way for you guys to communicate. I want to see how much feedback I get. If I get none, hell, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just do it for my own sanity. But I really like to interact with you guys and keep in touch with you guys. And I mean, I don't see it shows anymore hardly. So here's a chance for you to say what you feel. And if I don't like a subject, guys, I will steer away from it for many reasons. Don't get upset. But I'm gonna do the best I can to make sure that you guys are up to date and with my opinion, one man's opinion. Thanks, guys.